Welcome to the SEO.co Search Engine Optimization Podcast. Digital marketing essentials and next level tactics. From offsite and on-site optimization to persuasive selling and everything in between. You'll learn actionable tips on what it takes to outright and outrank your competition. Now, here's your host, Nate Need.
Today's episode is going to revolve around folks who are really focused in on maybe one or two money keywords and missing the long tail. And so I want to talk a little bit about long tail keywords and what that means, and then how to improve that, increase it, and what the best strategy is for long tail SEO. You know, there are those, and this is kind of a bygone era, and we're in this camp because we are an exact match domain for quote unquote an industry. But there are those that would buy up a lot of very specific keyword specific domain names, own them, build mini sites on them, rank them quickly because it was easy back then. It's no longer easy to rank mini sites, particularly those that have little or no authority and are exact match domains. They just don't carry the weight that they once did. They still give you a little bit of advantage, but that advantage is overshadowed by authority links, high quality links, all of those good things. But there are those out there, particularly those who are less versed in the world of SEO, who'll come and say, I want to rank for this term, tell me what it's going to take. And we can look at the data, and it may take, our estimation, maybe it'll take 2 years and a budget of $100,000 or more. And it's difficult to really gauge what that's going to look like. It's not an exact science, and unfortunately. In the same vein and on the same token, there are those who will really get myopically focused on specific keyword or phrase, or maybe a half a dozen of them. And that is where they want to put all of their keyword focus, which is bad from kind of an anchor text diversity standpoint, but even worse from long tail SEO. And what's interesting is long tail SEO isn't what it used to be. I mean, 5-10 years ago, it was all about cranking out content for content's sake, with specific lengths of content, and really trying to optimize for a ton of different long tail terms using a ton of different landing pages. And nowadays, long tail content is more about quality and quantity in that quality. So you get a nice long form piece of content that's evergreen, that answers any and every question about the topic. And that is the content then becomes link worthy, where you can actually go out and do some manual outreach, get the links to that page that you really want, and then work with over time, work with additional publishers to try to find additional links to that page and really promote the heck out of the thing and get it ranking. And what's interesting is you'll note in that case that long tail, one single long form post can rank for dozens, if not hundreds, of various long tail key phrases. So for those out there, on our site, for instance, we used to have several hundred articles talking about link building, and we've culled that down to a couple dozen. And the reason being is you get something called keyword cannibalization in there. And keyword cannibalization occurs on your own site when Google looks at your site and says, well, this page is talking about link building and this page is talking about link building. The site is obviously about link building, but I don't know which page to rank for link building or link building strategies, link building services. And you muddle your message a little bit. And so today's SEO is treating the web crawlers and the web spiders as the dumb bots that they are. They're not dumb; they're getting smarter. But instead of creating a dozen or 100 different pages that talk about a very similar topic, create one authority piece that's long form that answers all the questions And as you build out anchor text, if you can and are able, build an anchor text to that page, you're doing it in a long form way. So you might link to it with link building strategies, link building services, link building tactics. And then you start ranking that single page for dozens, if not hundreds of keywords. And you'll notice that in the world of SEO, there are some really well-known search engine optimization guys who grew up in the old school world of post and pray and just fire in the world with a ton of really good content. There wasn't bad content. And now they have, hundreds, if not thousands of index pages, which is great, but they're cannibalizing themselves all over the place in terms of the keywords that they're ranking for. And then there are others who have done kind of the content audit, cull some of their content, redirect the link equity for pages that are really similar in topics that they cover, maybe combine that content, create internal pages that revolve around that content. And that's something that we've done. I think our pages on our site now, we have maybe less than 300 on the actual main domain name. And so it's an interesting strategy, but you can rank for a lot of long tail terms without having to have tons of articles written every single day. It really depends on what your strategy is. And so when you're looking to rank for a particular keyword or phrase, or maybe a handful in the same vein, it's worth talking to an SEO expert. Get yourself an SEO audit and figure out, and particularly a content audit, which is different than the full-blown audit. Figure out what is going to be your best strategy, not only to rank, but to get the conversions that you want to grow your business. I'll leave it at that. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and we look forward to having you on the podcast and listening here again soon.
Thank you for joining us on the SEO.co podcast. We appreciate your time. Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show, and visit SEO.co for more resources based on today's topic, as well as access to more podcast episodes to help you improve your site's long-term SEO success.